Our stream is live. So good stream health. We're live. How much time has elapsed?
I feel like
No, I need the mouse. How many people are watching in the chat? It's going to show up right here.
Zero people are watching.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
About a minute for people to start showing up.
At the tone, please record your message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hold on. I have to awkwardly kill this audio.
Abruptly.
Oh, what's going on, everyone? New Zealand, California. Daniel, what time is it in New Zealand right now? That's crazy cool. So this is my beautiful wife, Tilly Shull. I've been trying to talk her into coming on for a live stream for a while now.
Yeah.
And so she reluctantly agreed tonight. Can you guys hear the mic okay? Does everything sound okay? We're having to share this mic. Ray, what's up? Ray, Start the Rebellion.
Oh, cool.
Andy, California. Jeremy, what part of California are you from? She's also from California.
Yeah. I'm from Northern California.
Originally, but we are in Georgia now. So yeah, 12:34 lunchtime.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we just finished dinner down here, or up here, I guess, because we're Northern Hemisphere and you're Southern Hemisphere. So, Yep, Ray's out in LA. Hey, your first wedding anniversary is tomorrow. Congratulations, man. Actually, today, since it's one. Oh, you're in Ireland. Wow. Nice, Sonny. Ours is coming up on May 12th, so a month and a day from, well, actually almost exactly a month from today, because it's 8:35 p.m. here.
Technically, yeah.
Jeremy, born in SoCal, lived in the Bay Area for a number of years, now living comfortably in Central California.
Nice. My Aunt Melanie lives in Mojave Desert in Tehachapi.
It's Thursday. Wait, was today Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I totally thought today was Tuesday.
Nope. I'm so glad today is
Crap.
Wednesday.
That's actually a big deal because okay. Are you serious? Today's Wednesday? Yeah. Wow.
Why is that a big deal?
Well, because I thought I had one more day to get stuff done this week. I was going to try and get another video done tomorrow, thinking tomorrow was Wednesday, but it's not. Just back from a gig, April 12th. Awesome. Very cool. Sonny, what kind of gig was it? What'd you play? So yeah, I just wanted to come on tonight and talk about what it's like being in a relationship with a musician, and have my wife talk about what it's like being in a relationship with a musician. We've been together for 6 years.
Yes.
DK, seen you play with Noah and... Oh, cool. Were you there? Were you at the show, or did you watch the video? Matthew from Southern California. Oh, mandolin. Very cool. Sonny. Been thinking about picking up mandolin.
I don't know where Coachella Valley is.
I'm assuming that's where they have the festival, right, Jeremy? Huh. It can get up to 126 in the summers.
That sounds horrendous.
Yeah, but you guys don't have the humidity that we have here in Georgia.
True. If it was 126 and humid, you would probably just...
Nobody would live there.
Yeah.
Everybody would just leave.
That would suck.
So.
From Southern California. Matthew's from Southern California. Everybody's from all these people from California.
I know, isn't that nuts? Ray, so this is Tilly.
Yes.
I'll write her name down.
Tilly Shull.
Tilly Shull. Everybody go follow her on Instagram.
No,
Desmond, what's
don't
up, man? How you doing? You still up in Boston? Yeah, go look up, what's your username? Just Tilly Shull, right? Right? I'll look it up if you don't. Okay. Yeah, she's very shy on the social media thing, but she is, she just edited her first YouTube video last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've had our own little...
You're not supposed to tell people!
Oh, DK was at the show. Great, man. That's awesome.
Hello, Desmond.
Desmond's a local guy. He lives in Marietta, but he's been
Cool.
in Boston for, God, how many weeks now, Desmond? But anyway, so Tilly and I have a channel. We started a year ago, actually. So on our honeymoon, we went to Mammoth, California, and went snowboarding, which was amazing. We're not beach people.
No.
We don't. If I see another beach, especially in the southern United States, they look all the same. So you've grown up. I've grown up going to beaches, and it's just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
So we're definitely mountain people. We're definitely West Coast people. So we flew out to Mammoth for a week and went snowboarding, and it was amazing. Like fresh. Last year in Mammoth, they had like a record snowfall. They had 800 inches or something like that.
It was something crazy. And we went in May, and it snowed.
Yeah, the first day we got there, it was May 13th, and May 14th, and it snowed like 3 or 4 inches.
No, we got there on the 13th.
Yeah, I know, but the next day is when it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, got married in Gibraltar at the same place as John and Yoko. Wow. That's way cooler than where we got married. So anyway, yeah, so when we did that, at that time, I was kind of really getting into video editing and shooting, and so I decided to like, let me take a camera along and just video the honeymoon and us like snowboarding and have a good time. And yes, Ray, you can ask questions. Feel free to start asking questions.
Can we ask questions now?
So basically, I edited kind of my first, well, not my first, but our first kind of vlogs together, and it was a ton of fun, and that's what originally gave me the idea to like want to start my YouTube channel, and then it just took me about a year to finally get around to it. But
he's really good at making the videos, hence why so many people love watching them. So
we have this little channel where it's just called Tilly and Rhett. TNR.
Yeah.
It has like 12 subscribers or something like that. We put those 4 travel vlog videos up, and then we haven't really done anything since. But Tilly has been wanting to start a channel. She's been thinking about starting. She's really. It
makes me nervous because I'm a shy person when it comes to. He is like loves being on stage, loves like being in the eye and all that attention, and that makes me sweat profusely. I don't like it. But
you have a story to tell.
Yes, this is true.
And you have a desire to tell the story. This was not my idea.
It was kind of
she came to me.
His idea.
No. She came to me like 6 weeks ago and just started talking about YouTube and showing me like, I've been watching these YouTubers, and if these people are doing these videos, I think I can do these videos. And what do you think if I did something like this? And so
I like he said, Sonny says, I wish my wife was up. She'd have some stories for Tilly. I'm sure I would get along with her very well.
So I want her to do it. She edited her first video. I sat with her while she was on her laptop, and I was showing her Premiere and like showing her how to edit. And Daniel, I got
he's got
that's right here.
Got some.
And I was showing her how to edit, and we edited the first one together, and so it was kind of a vlog based on our move. As many of you know, like we just moved back into my parents' house because we're trying to save money to buy our own home, probably in Nashville, and so it was. She did a really good job of documenting like our feelings and everything of leaving our home that was our first home together and our first home and our first year of marriage, and she did a great job of editing it. And so the thing I love about the vlog thing and our little channel and the vlogs that I do here on this channel, like the one I posted yesterday, the 22-hour workday, is like, for me, it's really cool to be able to look back a year from now, 10 years from now, and look back at this point in time and have captured like basically just this moment in time, because there's so many things that you forget. And you go and look back on. I mean, even now I go back and watch our honeymoon vlogs that were less than a year ago, and I watch those and be like, oh man, I forgot about that. And it's just
we went down that road.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sunny, no, it's not up yet. We're working towards that.
We're working on my confidence to not freak out when I post it. That's what's really happening.
Right. And that's a big deal. Like, honestly, no, it is. Like, if anybody else here has posted videos of themselves on YouTube, you know how it is. Like, it's tough to like put yourself out there. And even now, I've done, I don't know, 50 or 60 videos, and every time I do one, I still get really self-conscious about putting it up there, because you're putting yourself out to the internet. Especially like the PRS video I did, the first one I did, where I did not make that thinking that 115,000 people were going to watch it. I made that thinking like 200 or 300 people were going to watch it.
Yeah.
Because
thank you, Daniel. That's sweet.
What did Daniel
You'll
say?
be awesome.
Jeremy,
and yes, trolls. Sunny said trolls. Yeah. That makes me nervous. I don't do well with that.
Yeah. Well, nobody does.
Yeah.
I mean, even if people say they do, like, man, there's some awful people that come on your YouTube videos and comment, and for me, the way I handle it is just I ban them. If there's any Rick Beato fans here, like I ban hammer the crap out of people.
Still Rick's ban hammer thing. I hope he comes on here and sees that.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so mad, dude.
At least you have the guitar to hide behind for the most part. That's not nothing. That's true. And speaking of
he does do that. He holds it because it makes.
Yes,
sorry.
I love being on stage as long as I've got a guitar in my hand. If I'm on stage without a guitar in my hand, I get crazy stage fright. Like, it freaks me out. Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't handle it. But as long as I've got a guitar in my hand, I don't get.
It's like a wall.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, I don't. It's like a shield.
It's like a shield. All right.
Subi, what's up? Bandhammer is a great tool. I'm still waiting for the solo album. Well, you're going to be waiting for a while.
It took, when we first started dating, I asked him to write me a song, and it took him until we were dating for like 3 years. No, 2 years. How long were we dating?
What song did I write?
It was like 2 or 3 years, and he would not write me a song. He's like, I don't sing. I'm not going to write a song. And I was like, just write me like a melody to something. I want you to write me something. And he finally...
Are you talking about the thing I did with Noah?
For me. Yeah, he finally wrote a part for me. My mom used to sing me... Rhett is gonna try the frontman thing, Scooby.
Yeah, Subi's been really pushing me to do that. He's like, dude, the other night on my stream, he's like, man, you've got frontman potential, and I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and he just kept pushing it. Anyway, this is a good story. Keep going with this story.
Oh, so I asked him to write me like, not with words, but like to write like a melody or something for me from him, and he wouldn't do it, and so. I don't remember what.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
It's like your 23rd or 24th birthday.
Yeah, I think it was my 23rd birthday. We'd been dating for maybe a year or two, and my mom used to sing me "You Are My Sunshine," that song "You Are My Sunshine," and just like randomly she would sing that, and he knew that that was a really special song to me because my mom passed away when I was 20, and so he was out on a gig with Noah. And they had collaborated behind my back, and he had written his own part to that. He was his own guitar part to that song for me. And I was at the gig with him, and I was out in the hallway, and he was like, "Go listen to Noah real quick." And I was standing there, and Noah started playing. He's like, you said you're gonna want to hear this. Because didn't you play on it too? You played that night.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Noah and I had collaborated. Noah. You know, he always has done this in his shows where he'll go out and play a version of "You Are My Sunshine," but he'll do it totally acoustically. Like without the like, he'll step away from the mic, he'll go and sit on the front of the stage and just play with his acoustic and his unamplified voice, and it's a really powerful moment. During his show.
I had no idea he was going to do this.
Yeah.
I had no clue, and he's like, "Go listen." And
so I played on it. But for your birthday, before that, like, my present for her birthday was we had actually recorded it. We had recorded a full version of "You Are My Sunshine."
Yeah.
With the third verse that nobody ever knows, and I played on it.
Going to my surprise party that you threw for me.
Right.
That's right.
So I played on it. I helped arrange it, and we put a version together with Noah, and that was my gift to her. So she has a special one-off version of "You Are My Sunshine."
Yeah,
it's really special to her. Ray, really good question. So if anyone here, yes, ask all the questions you want.
I'm not a musician, Sonny.
Yes. So let's see here. Seeing you and Tilly together reminds me of a relationship. I was in my 20s. Thought she was the one, but she was so jealous of my time spent on music. How do we cope with the sacrifices that I have to make for my career? Okay.
Ooh, that's a great question.
That's actually exactly what I wanted to get
there
into.
was another question up top, though.
Sunny. Hold on, let me scroll up
that
here.
we might have missed.
Was a presenter at an awards show in Montreal. That was scary. David Banhammer.
David White. My man.
Okay, so Ray. So this is going back all the way to the beginning of our relationship. About a little over 6 years ago, I was really green in music. I had just graduated
and
from...
green in relationships.
Yes. I landed you, though, so, you know.
I'll give you that.
So I just graduated from AIM, and I was, like, teaching, hadn't really gigged much, had never been on tour, never really done anything of notoriety. And, but I had, like, this crazy goal, this crazy vision in mind of, like, what I wanted to do. I wanted to tour and be on the road and be in sessions and, you know, travel a lot and do what I'm doing now. And that was the time she and I started talking and hanging out. And so what I did before we ever got, like, serious about dating, when we were just hanging out and kind of feeling the whole relationship out, I told her, I was like, look, it was a really awkward conversation to have when you're not dating yet. But I said, look, music is my thing. This is what I'm going to do. There is no plan B. I mean,
can you guys see that back there?
You know, I was saying that long before I had this sign. I was saying, like, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it as long as it takes to reach my goal and to work it to my dream. And that means I'm going to be gone. That means I'm going to be on tour. That means I'm going to be on stage and all over the place. And
yeah.
So if you're into that, great. But if you're not, then let's call this what it is right now and not take this any further, because what I'm not going to do is, you know, sacrifice what I'm working towards for, you know, a relationship. I need a relationship that will help support me through that, which she absolutely has done every single step of the way. When times have been really great, Tilly's been there. When times have been really horrible and slow and there's no gigs coming in and I make no money, she's there. And so it's been awesome. And now what's really cool, 6 years later, last year was a really big year for us. We got married and everything, but she was able to, like, actually start coming out on the road with me. So this shirt she's wearing is from Ride Fest in Telluride, Colorado. So the way it works now, the bands that I tour with, you know, all my travel expenses are paid. So when I have a really cool show like Telluride, Colorado Ride Fest,
which, if you have not been there, bucket list, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. What else did you come out for last year? There's a couple other shows.
Aspen, Denver, Ride Fest.
Yes, so at the start of our tour in December, she went out to Aspen. And so basically the way it works now is when I have a cool show coming up, we just book her a plane ticket and she comes out on the road. Everybody I play with loves her. She's a great hang. She's not afraid to, like, get her hands dirty and help sell merch or load the van or unload the trailer or set up gear. Like, so anyway.
He has not been on any 3-month tours, luckily. Like, I don't.
Right.
The longest he's ever been gone is 3 weeks, and that was really, really, really hard. But like you were saying, as far as sacrifices go, how we cope with that, I think for us, it's really big for me to be a part of what he's doing when he's gone. And so that was one of those things that we had to work through. On one of his first tours, he went up to the East Coast, and he was gone for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And we learned very quickly that I need to at least have like a debrief at the end of the day and kind of like, hey, how'd your day go? Tell me what happened, and not just, oh yeah, it was a good day, because then it feels like he's actually gone. But if he like sends me pictures during the day, or he's really good about sending me videos of what he's doing, even when I'm at work, so that way when I can get to it, I can watch it and kind of have an idea of what he's going. And
yeah, the communication is key, and that was something.
That's a huge thing.
That was something that I really screwed up on my first tour ever. I was so amped to finally be on tour. We were going up the East Coast. It was my first time ever going to like Washington D.C. and New York City, and I think we went to Boston on that run too.
You went to a lot of places.
It was awesome. And like the first 2 days I was gone, I just was I was so enthralled with what was going on, I completely forgot to talk to my...
me.
Yeah,
he forgot about
Forgot
me.
to talk to my girlfriend.
And I was like, oh, I'm here still.
And so, yeah, that was pretty tough. We had a pretty good knockdown, drag-out fight about that one.
Yeah, that wasn't...
But through that tour was a really big learning experience for me in a lot of ways, but mainly I learned that, okay, when I'm on the road and I'm gone and I'm working, like, I have to be really diligent about... You know, one thing that she really likes is when I roll into the venue when we're loading in, I'll just grab my phone real quick and I'll take a quick 10-second video or panorama or something, and I'll just show her the venue. She likes to see, like, oh, what does the stage look like? What's their lighting rig like? Oh, is it a cool theater, or is it a dive bar? She'll ask, how's the sound guy? She's hip enough now that she knows how much time has elapsed between when I texted her when I was loading in and sound check, and she knows if it's a good or bad sound check by how much time. And every bad front of house guy I've complained to her about, and every time I've had a great front of house guy, I get on the phone like, babe, oh my God, I can't believe
my ears are so good right now.
It sounds so good on stage, you wouldn't believe. You know, so that stuff is key, though. The communication is key. And the thing for us, especially now that we're married, is being diligent about, okay, if I'm going to be gone for, our limit is like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if...
We've only done 3 weeks one time.
Right.
And that was really hard. We both got super nervous when we saw each other.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. So if I'm going to be gone for more than 3 weeks, or more than 2 weeks, really it's like 10 days. If I'm going to be gone for more than 10 days, we have to figure out a way to like fly her out to wherever we are, or a lot of times it'll line up where we'll do a show in Atlanta and I'll have some time home on the tour and everything. So it's just things like that. You make it work. And this is not unique to the music industry. I mean, people who are in sales and travel a lot, you know, that's how it is. But
you got to communicate.
Yeah, you have to communicate.
If you're going to make sacrifices, you got to at least be on the same page with each other.
Mark, which bourbon? This is Bullet Rye. Nothing crazy special. I don't have anything good around the house right now. I've drank all my super nice stuff.
Wait till we have kids. It'll
yeah.
be done in 2 days.
So that's the thing, man.
I don't think so.
Jeremy, so I have friends in the industry that are probably 8 to 10 years older than me that have been doing this for a long time that still tour, and they have kids and they still do it. It's definitely possible. You just have to. That has to be part of your expectation in your relationship. Like, if both people aren't on board with that, if you're, going back to Ray's thing, like, if you're dating someone or you're interested in someone and you're a musician or an artist or somebody who's creative and you want to follow your dream that is a creative passion and something that may not have the best job security, you need to make 100% sure that that person is completely on board with that. No conditions, no nothing, no time limits before you commit to a relationship. I mean, that's such a big deal. So yeah, Desmond, marriage takes work. The best marriages have each person invested in each other. Yeah, totally true. I'm invested in her right now. She works full time as a dental assistant.
Yeah.
And goes to school full time for nursing. So she's crazy, crazy busy, tired all the time. And so I do things like when I'm home, which I have been, luckily for the past, since December, since January I've been home. So I cook pretty much every night. I clean. I make sure the house is...
That's why y'all see me on here like, all right, chef.
Yeah.
I'm starving. Please come feed me.
Yeah, Subi, she's the breadwinner, man. And that's, hey, I'm totally cool with that. I don't have a complex where I have to make the most money. So yeah, I cook, I clean up the house, I make sure everything's good to go. And
he brings the sugar down for me so I can, and fills it up, which is like the sweetest. I know that sounds so lame, but for any of you that are short, you'll understand. Yeah. I'm not short, and it's super helpful when he does little things like that. It's very sweet.
Oh man, I should get started on my solo project. Sonny,
not gonna let it go.
This YouTube channel is my solo project. Like, this takes up so much time, and I love it. This is not me complaining at all. But for me to do the videos how I like them, with the production value and trying to get better at shooting and editing and everything, I mean, I spend 10 to 12 hours on each video. So yeah.
Yes, Daniel, it is the little things that rock for sure. What's our go-to dish?
Oh man, tonight I smoked the whole chicken.
That's not our go-to dish.
No.
Oh, you know what it is? He does this pasta. It takes like 5 minutes, not really, but he does this like Tuscan pasta with a homemade Alfredo sauce, and it has sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, chicken, and like rosemary and Italian spices.
You make it all in one pan. You do everything in the same pan, and
it's delicious.
It's pretty
and it
great.
takes him like 20 minutes to make it. It doesn't take long, and it's fantastic.
I'd say that, or like a stir fry.
Yeah, stir fry. He's been getting into stir fry.
Yeah. Am I tall? How tall am I, Ray? I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
Caleb, my uncle Todd Thomas sings in operas for a living. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's crazy cool. I don't know anybody that does that. He has a wife and 4 kids. He's all the way in Germany right now. Business is tough in the States for him. Yeah, you know, I can imagine that. Man, that's really interesting, Caleb. I would want to know more about your uncle. That sounds like a really cool way, like a full-time opera singer. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That takes talent.
Getting hungry now.
40-inch meat smoker?
Dude, okay, for real. We're gonna get off. We're gonna get off on a barbecue tangent right now, Jeremy.
Started on this.
So I do everything on a Weber kettle right now, and it's fine. But my goal.
Do you hear that? It's fine.
It's fine.
That's a woman's line, and he's using it.
I want a big green egg really bad. So check this out. I know there's 2 guys here in Atlanta. They actually have a studio like less than a mile from this house right now. Crazy cool studio that I need to go check out. But these 2 dudes wrote a song for Big Green Egg. Just on a whim, they did it as a joke, and it's like a total like country 4165, but it's a really well written song. It's got a great hook, and they just went and wrote the lyrics off of all of the selling points on the Big Green Egg website. Big Green Egg is based here in Atlanta. Their international headquarters are
Stone Mountain
in Chamblee in Atlanta, and they just called them up and said, "Hey, we've got something we want you to hear." And so they got a meeting with the president and CEO of Big Green Egg and played him this little 3-minute track that they made just for fun one day in the studio. Yeah, a little jingle. And the guys at Big Green Egg were like, yeah, we love it. We want it. Here is a check. And they paid them 8 Big Green Eggs. These 2 dudes got 8 eggs and 1 egg for the studio.
What costs as much as a house?
Oh, God. They told me that. And I was like, are you kidding me? I just want one. I just want 1 Big Green Egg. That's all I need.
You opened the door.
Let's see here. We got a Ramon. Given you're already working on your YouTube presence, would you consider putting together a music-related service product so you can have an alternative to your touring career? What do you mean by music-related service or product? So, Ramon, I mean, the way I'm looking at it is like my goal for this channel is to build this and to help it grow to be a major portion of my income, and leverage it so that I can work both my touring and playing career and writing and producing career and my YouTube career all together in one thing. I have a vision that I think is possible, but it's going to take time, and it takes support from you guys. So, let's see.
Oh yes,
here.
Sonny, sous vide. He got me. I don't know if you all know this. He got me a sous vide for, it was my birthday or Christmas. The Jewel from Chef Steps, and it's like a small rolling pin. It's like this big, and it's like maybe 2 inches in diameter. It's amazing. I love that. I've never had a better steak in my life. It's fantastic, especially when he's cooking.
Yeah, sous vide is the way to go.
Yes.
Maybe we should do cooking videos.
No.
Seriously, you guys help.
It's propane.
His smoker is propane.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince Tilly to upload her video. She finished it about almost 2 weeks ago now. And I think it's great. It's really good, especially for a first video. She's never edited a video before, ever.
You helped me a lot, though.
Yeah, of course I helped you, but you did the bulk of the work.
Yeah, but I had a good teacher. Oh, David, you're so sweet.
Wait.
How cool to hear you talk about this. I don't get a sacrifice vibe from you two. It feels more like a covenant. That's cool and good for you to, good of you to share.
Love that guy. Yeah, so David says do it. He wants to see it.
Of course David wants to see it.
So yeah, I want her to post it. I'm kind of gently, I want her to do it when she's ready to put it up. So I'm not like hounding her every day like, hey, were you going to put the video up? You done with the video? You're going to do it? If she wants to do it, she'll put it up. If not, then cool.
Yeah.
That being said, though, it would be really cool if everyone
now
here...
he's told like 20 people about it, and I feel like... So there's a problem, though. Here's the thing.
Ray, gently.
Gently. So... Oh, interesting. I have to do the intro for it still, and I realized that after I exported it, so I kind of have to like go back and do the beginning part of it.
Which would take you 20 minutes.
It's going to take me 1,000,000 hours.
I think she should do it, but...
Perhaps a Southern cooking... I'm trying to get off this and you won't let me. Perhaps a Southern cooking music mashup might be a cool startup. That's hysterical. What if you played a jingle to us cooking?
She does want me to write the music for her video, so I do need to get on that. I'm gonna write for her future videos. I'm gonna write like a little jingle, a little thing for her to put in there.
How about a nursing school studying tips? Oh. I'm not good at that. All of my teachers are different, so that's kind of a...
I think you could do it, though, if you did it in, like, a story. So here's the thing about my wife. She has got...
My wife. Me.
She's got a amazing story, an incredible life story that we won't get into here because it's really in-depth, and it's parts of it are heavy and everything. So, but I've always said that story, she could, if she told it in the right way and shared it in the right way, I think could help a lot of people and would identify with a lot of people. So, and I think you want to tell it. You just are figuring out.
I don't know the best way to tell it without it coming across in a negative way.
Right.
Which
But I think doing vlogs and videos every now and then would be really cool. We're working on it.
Jeremy, enjoy your dinner.
She's always been a slow adopter at things.
Not true. Don't tell them all my secrets. Shh.
She likes to ease into things slowly, whereas I'm
He's
do
gung-ho.
something.
All right, let's go do a double black diamond, even though this is my second time snowboarding. You want to go? No, I don't want to go. I don't want to break my legs. He did that. He did that on our honeymoon. Like, second time snowboarding.
Gina Davis.
Thelma and Louis. Oh, Lord. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, man.
Thelma and Louis. Wait. Like Scooby-Doo?
No. That was the show in, what was it, the 70s or 80s? Thelma and Louise.
I was thinking...
No, not Thelma from
I was
Scooby-Doo.
thinking Thelma from Scooby-Doo. It's like, well, I'm not sure if that's a compliment.
Sonny says, write a book. Let the YouTube stuff be fun until you've uploaded a lot. Yeah.
Like Rick, kind of like Rick did that. That's what Rick did, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I look at Rick's channel and how big it is, it blows my mind.
91, okay.
But you also have to think about Rick has over 400 videos up.
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
But he does that full time.
Yeah. Does Rhett test you at gigs like, do you know what guitar this is? Or just me?
Oh, no, I know all of his guitars.
It's true, she does.
You want to test
all
me
right.
on my... I had a feeling you were going to do that.
I'll start off easy. So
You'll start off easy? Don't ask me, like...
Brand and model.
That's your 335 Gibson.
Yep. Pickups? Do you know?
Oh, I think they're humbuckers?
No, yeah, they're definitely humbuckers. All right. Do you know what wood that is?
No.
Maple.
Maple. It's maple.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh, see, I didn't know he was going to ask me wood. I don't know the wood. Rick is awesome.
Okay.
That is his Chet Atkins.
Nope.
Yes, huh?
No, it's Gretsch.
It's a Gretsch, but
it's not a
Chet
Chet
Atkins.
Atkins. No.
Oh, it's not. That's the Black Falcon.
Black Falcon. Nice.
I thought that was a Chet Atkins.
Well, no, Chet Atkins played Gretches, but this is
my bad.
Gretsch Chet Atkins. Still good pull though.
My bad. Rick is a beast, much wisdom to draw from, and he's such a great teacher. He's a very good teacher. That is your John Mayer Stratocaster. Fender Stratocaster. You trained her well. He did not train me. I had to listen to him talk about it and watching you know how, okay, you guys think that, no. Somebody mentioned earlier that he watches a lot of your wife, I think it was Jeremy, or
yeah, it might have been Jeremy.
You watch a lot of YouTube videos and your wife is like, oh goodness, about how many YouTube videos. This guy, like,
I watch a lot of YouTube.
so many gear videos. He's like, babe, watch this. I'm like, I don't know what they're saying, but I watch it. And when that happens over 6 years, it's like just infused into your brain.
It is true.
So.
She does listen to me talk about gear all
He
the
has
time.
nobody else to talk to. I'm glad he has you guys
Yeah,
now.
I actually don't have in Atlanta,
He has
like,
no guitar friends.
well, but they're all in Nashville, and I don't hang out with them. Because the thing is, like, when you're a guitar player and you're playing mostly lead guitar, like, I don't play with other guitar players very often. So,
yeah, never ever train with someone's wife. Yeah, I don't do well with that. I'm a very what's a good word? Training me would not.
No.
That would that would not fly. Yeah, no.
but yeah, I don't have anybody else to really talk to about gear, and hang out with. So I just talk to her about it. And she goes, "Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. That's
Okay.
nice."
And what's funny is when he gets around people who are like, he has a friend in Nashville, Tyler Bryant in the Shakedown.
Yeah, when Tyler and I hang out,
it was like two magnets attracted to each other. It was ridiculous. They're like, dude, look at me. When he first got that pink Sparkle Novo, he brought it down to Nashville, and Tyler happened to be at one of our friends' houses, and we both ended up there at the same time, and he had his Novo with him, and Tyler freaked out, and he was like, dude, you want to see it? And he's like, yeah, I want to see it. 30 minutes goes by, and they're still talking, and we're like, hey, we need to go back to Atlanta. Like, we need to leave. It's time for us to drive 3.5 hours. And he's like, oh yeah, dude, you hear this? It's like,
yeah.
oh.
I don't hang out with Tyler often, but whenever I see him, we have to like get all of our gear talk like out of the way.
It was
first.
thick. It was a lot.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Really great guy and an amazing guitar player.
That was intense. That was an intense conversation.
Are you rocking that new Novo yet, Subi? I am, man. I think I showed it on the stream the other night.
YouTube is eating your life, Subi.
Rick's channel has 300,000 while Reverb has 231. That's true. But Ramon, Rick also uploads a lot more than Reverb does. So Ray loving the Novo guitars so much. I do too, man. I think they're great.
I just want to say something, and I think he talked to you guys about this, about that new Novo. It's so light.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's so light.
6 pounds, 2 ounces.
It's crazy.
Like a newborn baby.
What? No.
That is. That's how much like babies are when they're born, right?
It's way less than 7 pounds. I think 7 pounds and under is a preemie.
How much? I wonder how much I was.
That's hysterical. It's like a newborn baby. Yeah, I know you probably feel that way. Loving that happens to me when I perform. What happens to you when you perform, Daniel? This is better than Rick's already.
What's better than Rick's?
What's better than Rick's?
My channel? I'll take that. I'm going to pretend you meant my channel, and I'm going to I receive that. Spotted Marley, I receive it.
That's hysterical.
Just kidding.
Will Rick have his wife on a live stream? Probably not.
Probably not.
No, Nina's very recluse.
She's
a
very private.
Person.
Yeah, Nina's awesome.
But she's very, very private.
Yeah.
More than I am.
Yeah, she's very private, but she's great. Every time I get to see Nina, she's always super nice and charming.
She's a wonderful person, yeah.
Yeah, Rick, she's way out of Rick's league, that's for sure. I told him what time I was going on. He said he was going to tune in, but it doesn't look like he's here. So,
Facebook so I can watch more YouTube.
Nice, Kevin.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's less than my daughter, Matthew. She was 7'7" when she was born.
See? It's less than a newborn baby.
Wow.
I'm telling y'all, it's impressive. Like, it's super light. It's crazy. He brought it home. He's like, feel it. And I was
That's
like,
going to be my thing when we have kids, our first kid, and be like, oh, it's like a really light Les Paul. Our son came in like
no.
heavy Strat.
You cannot compare children to guitars.
You know, like a heavy Alder Strat
No.
or like a super light Les Paul.
No.
So he's around that weight.
He said my twins were under 5 pounds each. I feel like twins are always a little bit less, though. Is that
Yeah,
Subi, is that
Subi,
right?
my aunt had 2 sets of twins.
Yeah.
I have 4 cousins. They're 2 boys and 2 girls. And
luckily, that does not run. I don't have that through him.
it runs in the family.
No, it doesn't.
Just saying.
No. Those of you that don't know about Tyler Bryant, check out the documentary Rock Prophecies.
Oh, is he in that,
Yeah.
Brian? I didn't know he was in a documentary. That's cool.
He's not talking to other musicians at gigs. Yeah, he does too.
I did too. Let's see here. You can totally compare.
11 pounds? You see
Jeez,
that?
yeah.
My 5-string bass is... Dang.
Yeah, but it's also a
You
bass.
can totally compare babies to guitar weight.
Nobody does what you do here. It's awesome to see the life of real musicians. Stunned you haven't blown this thing up yet, but it's coming. Thanks, Mark.
That's sweet.
I'm stunned that I have 3,000 subscribers. Like, to me, that's nuts. Because the way I look at it is like, I play rooms that are 3,000 seats, and so I think about like a theater that's a 3,000 seat theater and playing a sold out 3,000 seat theater. It's like my YouTube channel. To me, that's just like. But 10,000 is the goal. By the end of this year, by the end of 2018, 10,000 is the goal.
That would be awesome.
Help me get there. Help.
I want to get a guitar with my kids' initials on the head. That would be super sweet.
That would be super sweet. If you
That'd
get
be
like a
very sweet,
Gibson, you
Ollie.
could get the truss rod cover engraved. You could do that.
That's a good idea.
Let's
Or like on the
see.
neck, you could do like a cool inlay on the neck. That would be cool. Rick does work really hard. My main concern is what does that say?
Demonetization trend.
Oh.
Note how he has various products, so the video component is more of a marketing strategy for him. Thanks, Ray.
Oh, that's
Thanks for
sweet.
sharing, man. So yeah, the demonetization thing is really interesting. So
David.
oh yeah, sorry, 3.3. So that's like a 3,000 seat theater, David, and then 300 people waiting to get in.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
So Ramon, the demonetization thing is tough. So for me, there's a lot of things that I want to do on my channel. I want to get into doing more lesson videos, more playing videos. The reason I haven't for a few things is I'm honestly kind of insecure about my playing. Like I don't see myself as a good enough guitar player to be able to like teach lessons on YouTube, you know. And B, because
that is not true. I'm going to stop you.
Well,
that's not true. He's an incredible teacher. An incredible teacher.
Well, and then the other thing too is like a lot of things that I want to teach would get demonetized. And so for where I'm at right now, because my YouTube channel is pretty small, I need to have everything monetized that I can to kind of help this thing make sense. All the time that I'm sinking into this, help it make sense. But I want to do start doing some lessons on, you know, I've played a lot of worship guitar over the years. I've played a lot in like big mega churches. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now that I'm home and playing at places like North Point and stuff like that. So I've learned a lot about playing that style of music, and I've kind of developed my own sound in that. I want to do lessons on, you know, I guess the type of playing that I'm good at, which like,
would be what?
I don't know, bluesy.
How do you classify that?
I like writing parts. I love tracking. I did a remote session for a guy, actually a subscriber, who had me record on 2 of his songs this week. And so I love doing that. I love writing parts and sitting down and recording. So I think about doing stuff like that.
And he's really good. You guys, he does good when he gets positive feedback. So if you have like things that you want him to do or would like a lesson on, I think he would do better with that. He's really good at slide too.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot more slide stuff, which is fun. Brien, and I nailed them. What did I nail?
Your parts?
Oh yeah, Brien, yeah. That's right. Brian's on the stream. So yeah, Brien Santos, I played on 2 of his songs this week, and had a ton of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun on them. Played the new Novo on both of them, actually. So there you go, Brien. Those are the first things I've ever recorded with that new Novo, with the new Saris T.
Yes, Matthew, he's insecure.
Well, I'm not insecure about my teaching skills. I'm insecure about my playing skills.
Yeah. Most musicians are that way. If you talk to them and you sit down and ask them, you know, how they feel about themselves as a musician, they're going to tell you that they're insecure, and he's up there.
Sonny.
What?
Killing it with the solo career stuff, man. Ray, off topic. Noah is an amazing singer.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, Bill? So, Noah, that's actually an interesting story of how I got to play with Noah. So if anybody knows or doesn't know Noah, oh, Rick's finally here.
Aww. We've been talking about you for the last
Rick.
30 minutes. It's about time.
No, so Noah, actually Rick knows Noah. Rick produced Noah's first record, which is actually how I met Noah.
Yeah.
So I've been playing with Noah for probably 5 years now.
Colin hasn't seen the Novo. Can you show him it?
Oh, yeah.
Colin, the new
UK.
One? The new one? The new red one? Red and black one? Or
I haven't named it yet.
Yeah, he hasn't named it yet, you guys. He's named all of his guitars, so.
Here it is. I'll get it in the light so you can see the red. Sorry. That's it.
It's very pretty.
Matching headstock.
Headstock's awesome.
In the back. So this is a one-off paint job they've never done before. They want to call it the Scarlet Burst because my name is Rhett, and you know, Gone with the Wind, Scarlet, Franklin, my dear.
I like that. Oh, they want to name it after you?
That's what Dennis said.
Oh, that's sweet.
I kind of gave him crap about it, but
you were out grocery shopping, Rick. All right. Well, okay. Feed your children. That's okay, I guess.
Anyway, Noah. Noah is an amazing singer. He's also an incredible writer, and he's honestly like I'd say he's one of my closest friends at this point. Like, we've gotten to know each other really well. But it's a cool story. We were actually dating at the time. When Noah first got popular, he posted this video on YouTube of him covering Sexy and I Know It as like an acoustic bluesy cover.
Yeah.
And I remember the day that I saw it, I was teaching guitar lessons, and one of my students came in and was like, dude, you got to see this video. It's blowing up right now. It's this kid. And I watched the video, and it just blew my mind. And I came home. We had just started dating at the time.
Oh,
And
no, it'd been like a year. We've been dating for like a year, I think.
maybe not that long.
Whatever. They don't care.
Anyways. And I was like, babe, you got to see this. This is amazing. And I said, I would love to play with somebody like this, or I would love to play with this guy. Like, this is amazing. This is the style I want to play in, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And
a year later.
No idea where Noah lived, no idea who he was. I just loved his sound. I loved his voice, the way he played guitar is amazing. So that video went huge, like 25 million views, the whole thing. And about a year later, I had started hanging out at Rick's, and Noah came down from South Carolina to record his first record at Rick's studio. And so I was just getting to know Rick at the time, and Rick invited me down one day to come make a hang with Noah and his brother Ian. And I ended up playing on a song on his first record, and we became introduced. And then not long after that, we started playing together, and we've been playing together ever since. And so we actually recorded Noah's second record here in this basement before it was finished. So, yeah. I love Noah. I'm playing 2 shows with him this weekend, Friday and Saturday. He'll be here tomorrow night. I'm actually thinking about doing a live stream with him maybe this weekend.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, him and Phil and Ian do like a full band live stream.
So goofy.
So it was just really cool for me to like look at that, to not know who this person was and see him on the internet and be like, oh my gosh, I would love to play with that person. And the same thing actually happened with the Muddy Magnolias through Rick.
Yeah.
You know, Rick produced their first record and wrote with them, and he played me the first thing they ever wrote together. It's a song called Riverside, and I was like, dude, that's the sound. I would love to play in a band like that. I would love to play in that band. And then one thing led to another, and I ended up in that band. So it's been pretty cool. Let's see here.
Alex. Sorry, Rhett, I'm a bit late here, but I just wanted to say I'm in sort of the same situation. I'm getting married next year, but am working on cruise ships, and unfortunately can't be home very often. It's tough. Yeah, I couldn't imagine him being gone.
Yeah, the cruise ship thing is tough, Alex. Like, that's tough. Are you playing on cruise ships? Are you doing the music thing?
That's oof.
Yeah.
We have some friends who do that, and they do cruise ships, and they do like cruise ships and weddings, like full time. And I would hate it if he was gone that much.
Away for months at a time. So my situation's a little different. I'm not away for months at a time. At the most, I'm away for weeks at a time. But the way we make it work is, I was saying earlier, we have about a 10-day limit where once we get past 10 days, we pretty much have to see each other. So we'll work it out. If I'm on a really long tour or long run, we'll plan out weeks ahead of time, and we'll buy her a plane ticket to come fly out and be with us for a couple of shows. Yeah. So this summer, that was Ride Fest and Telluride. That was our December, our winter tour with Muddy Magnolias. She came to Aspen and Denver. Yeah.
We've done other ones before too.
Yeah, some smaller stuff.
Like Alabama.
Yeah, she'll come out to regional stuff. She'll come out to. So that's how we make it work when I'm gone. And then the other thing too is just keeping the communication up. Like, honestly, having an iPhone and being able to FaceTime somebody is like huge, especially when you haven't seen them in like a week. Being able to just look at their face and hear their voices is huge. But man,
I think that if you haven't already, Alex, it's a good idea to kind of sit down with your fiance and, you know, kind of ask her what's important to her, because he had to learn that the hard way, and I didn't want to upset him and you know, ask him to do something that was going to be too much for him to be on the road and to do, you know, the things that I was asking him. So I was trying not to overload him, But what ended up happening was I got really upset and felt like he had forgotten about me, which I knew he hadn't. But when you don't see somebody for 2 weeks and they don't communicate with you and they don't talk to you on a regular basis, it can feel like you have been forgotten. So I think if you haven't already, it'd be really good for you to sit down and be like, you know, what things make you feel better, or, you know, when I do this, how does that make you feel, kind of thing, if you haven't already. I think that would be a great idea, actually.
Communication is key. Like, it's just in everything in marriage. Like, the biggest fights we've ever had, which have not been very big, but the biggest disagreements we've ever had have all been based around, like, not communicating effectively.
Yeah, for sure.
Because generally we're on the same page with most things, not all things, but most things we're on the same page with. So most of our disagreements are based around when there's a miscommunication or whatever.
Yeah. And FaceTime, everybody keeps saying FaceTime. Sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes the places he's in are not that good, and it's like you haven't talked to somebody all day, and you're so happy that you finally get to talk to them, and his face is like, you know, what is that?
Yeah, when I'm in the middle of, like, Kansas.
When he's, like, in the middle of a sentence and he freezes, and then I can't hear anything, and that's super frustrating.
Yeah.
So sometimes FaceTime is a good thing. Not always, though.
Yeah.
Those little videos that he does that he was talking about earlier are super helpful. He, like, makes me feel like I'm a part of what he's doing.
Yeah, I kind of do, like, a curated Instagram story just for Tilly.
Yeah.
Where I don't, like, no, I don't post it anywhere else. I'll just do videos for her where she'll get to see kind of almost like a behind the scenes, if that makes any sense, of, like, being out on the road.
Like I'm with him.
Yeah. So celebrating 36 years. Awesome, Kevin. That's amazing. I think my parents are
31 years. Your mom told me 31 years the other night.
Dad, if you're watching this, comment how long y'all been together.
He's probably watching.
What cruise line are you on, Alex? I just did the Rockboat cruise back in February.
And the Wi-Fi is awful.
Oh, yeah. I got a $200 bill from AT&T for that week because I didn't know that I didn't know my phone had been left on data roaming.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Surprise.
Yeah. You have a unique angle on the slide lesson idea. Could be big. You have plenty of creative energy and good taste. Plus, Rick is a mentor. Oh, thanks, Ramon. Appreciate it.
That's sweet.
Princess.
Oh, nice.
A Royal Caribbean and Princess. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Man, so when I was there on the rock boat, we stopped in Cozumel, and we went to this, so part of the bands that I was playing with are guys that used to do cruise ship gigs, and they took me to, like, the crew hang place. There's a place called Hotel Barracuda. I don't know if you know that place in Cozumel, but it was pretty hip.
Cool hang spot.
It was cool hang, man. Cool hang, bro.
Yeah. Big list of things you go through on your phone when you board a ship. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
31 years, Glenn
There he
Shull.
is.
There he is. Everybody say hello to Rhett Shull's dad.
About to be 32 next month.
Oh, that's right. Their anniversary is right after ours on the 16th. Is that right, Glenn?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hotel Barracuda is notorious.
Barracuda.
Yeah, we got down at Hotel Barracuda.
You got down? Did you
We lost one of our bandmates. Well, he was in a different band, but he's a friend of mine. His name is actually, well, anyway, I won't tell you what his name is.
Yeah, don't tell us his name.
This person.
Yeah, this person.
Just up and disappeared, and we didn't know where he went, and it was time for us to get back to the boat. And so half the group split up to go look for him. The other half went back to the boat.
He's diabetic?
Yeah, so I had everything in my backpack. I had his phone, his wallet, his shoes. I had his insulin and his needles.
Y'all, his shoes.
He was wandering around Cozumel, Mexico, barefoot, and somehow made it back to the ship. But since he didn't have his key card, couldn't get back onto the ship, and the boat almost left him.
He was sitting on the dock. And no shoes, eating food.
No big deal.
He walked
Hanging
like
out.
3 miles
Yeah, he had to
back
walk
to the ship barefoot with this food.
Oh,
and he was like, I
man.
couldn't find y'all. I came back and you were gone.
He was
so
totally
he walked
chill.
Back to the ship alone by himself barefoot. So and all this stuff's in Rhett's backpack. It's insane.
It was funny. It was scary at the time. We were freaked out. We were like, dude, where's so and so? Like, we gotta go, man, because they were playing that night.
And they were like
band.
like leaving. They were like doors or whatever closed, and they were getting ready to go. And then one of the guys he was with went out, and he was like, I'm gonna just go look for him one more time. They're getting ready to leave him. He's sitting there on the dock eating his next to the boat.
He couldn't have bought a plane ticket. He couldn't have done anything. I had it. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Don't do that, kids. So anyway, that's Hotel Barracuda. If anyone's interested.
My saxophonist lost his lunch
behind the dumpster. Yeah, man.
What?
Cozumel's not my favorite place to be.
I've never been on a cruise ship, and so I don't know the luxury of losing my lunch. I'm kind of happy about that.
What else about being in a relationship with a musician have we not touched on? Have we not talked about?
Work hours are weird. Work hours are really crazy. We've talked about you being gone, but the hours that he works are hard sometimes because I have to get up at 5:30 in the morning, and on 2 days a week I have to drive to school after work. So I work 7 to 4 every day, Monday through Thursday. I'm off on Fridays, but I have to drive to school 2 days a week after work as well. So on those days I'm not getting home until 10 o'clock, and he's just starting some of his projects at 10 o'clock. So that's really hard for me anyways, because I'm a very light sleeper, and that's hard for me. And he knows this. It's hard for me to go to sleep when there's noise or light, and sometimes that's when he's getting started. So we've had some learning curves with that.
Ray wants to know about groupies.
Groupies? He's had some groupies.
Have I?
I think you have. Yeah, he was at this. Not many. Usually it's all about the front people. Subi.
Yeah, I don't. Surprisingly, I don't really get that much.
He gets more guitar fans.
Yeah, I get dudes that come up to me after shows.
So I'm not worried about it.
I get guys that come, which I love. I'm grateful for people that want to talk to me. That's one of my favorite parts of being on the road and playing shows is getting to talk to people and meet people.
Yeah.
But most of my groupies are dudes that want to know about what gear I'm playing. So they'll come up after the show and be like, dude, what guitar is that? Or, oh my God, your tone is amazing. Or what is that a divided by 13? What amp is that?
Groupie dudes, yeah. Exactly. When do I study? When I have time. Usually when I come home I study, unless I fall asleep, which happens a lot because I'm always tired. No wondering how Tilly deals with that aspect. The aspect of
groupies.
Of him having groupies? Not very well, honestly. I'm a very jealous person. I don't handle it well. And I'm very insecure, so if I'm being honest.
She gets
not good.
Who's that? Who was that looking at you? I don't know.
He's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, the girl she had black dress on, or, describe her entire outfit.
But I also,
I have no idea what you're
when
talking
I
about.
do occasionally get a chick that's I always tell her about it.
Yeah.
We played one show in Nashville last year. It was the start of a first run, and these two girls came up.
These two girls asked him out.
Yeah, they were like, so you going out
and
tonight?
I was
you
here.
trying to...
can you guys...
Well, she wasn't there. She was back home in Atlanta.
No, he tells me about it, and I was like, I'm coming up there.
They were like, hey, you trying to go out tonight? And I was like...
They asked him if he wanted to go with them.
Yeah. And I said, no, I've got an early bus call in the morning. Thanks for the offer.
I have a girlfriend. He's like, no, thanks. See, I don't handle it well.
Yes, Subi, you guys are groupie dudes. I feel like there's a better name we could come up with that, a word combo for that. I don't know.
We would take
groupie dudes. Maybe that's a shirt. That'll be my first piece of merch. My first day is groupie dudes.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But yeah, no, I don't really get. Tilly's right. Most people who
most of them are guys.
Most of them are guys. Are other guitar players and
Grudes.
Grudes.
I love that.
So Grudes.
That sounds like the
Groot. Yeah, that's somewhat Groot. But yeah, most of the
I like that.
Most of the groupies in the traditional sense of the word usually go for the front
Duties? No, that sounds like
that's weird.
Something bad.
Yeah, but they go for the front. But what's been interesting is my band that I've been playing with the past. This is interesting, actually. I'm glad I thought about this. So the Muddy Magnolias are fronted by two women. Jesse.
They were.
We're fronted by two women, and so the groupies in that situation oftentimes were dudes, and that is so much more awkward when I'm around that. And it's like these Jesse and Callie are like my friends.
They're very beautiful.
They're beautiful. They're very attractive. But like for me, I don't see them that way. I see them like they're my friends and they're like my coworkers. They're like my sisters. And so even I even get kind of that protective thing sometimes. Like there have been times where guys would like come out to one of them after a show and it was like very obvious, like especially like signing merch and stuff at the end of the it's crazy actually to watch men
grown men
up, like you're signing merch at the end of a show and people are lining up to like meet the band and meet the girls and talk to them and take pictures and stuff, and like some men, especially when they've had a few drinks, would like come up to Jesse and Callie and treat them like they owned them in a way. Like they would come up to them, and I never witnessed anything like super inappropriate, like any kind of like real sexual assault, but there were times where it was like borderline sexual assault, where it was like these men kind of had this mentality of like, well, I paid for a ticket, so you owe me.
You owe me something,
right? And it was so. Now that was very few and far between. The vast majority of people that came up to end of shows to like sign merch and everything were super cool and amazing, but every now and then you would get these dudes, like these groupie dudes that would come up to the girls and be
inappropriate,
very, very forward, and like try and hit on them in like the most lame ways possible. It was pitiful.
But I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
What's up, Roberta?
And Rhett gets very protective over the people he cares about.
I do. It's like, especially, like I said, Jesse and Callie are my friends. And, these are two grown, strong women that are more than capable of taking care of themselves. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's just like it's the thing of like, yo, don't do that.
Be respectful.
Like, be respectful. These are human beings. These are artists,
Yeah.
But that's also kind of a sideman mentality, too. Like, as a sideman on a gig, when you're playing behind somebody, you kind of have the mentality. At least I kind of think of it as like, I've got your back, especially when things are going weird on stage, or if the show's not going well. Like, then artists will turn to you and you kind of make eye contact, and it's like, no, I've got you. We're good. Just keep going. Roberta, I like the basement venue. Yep. So here's our beautiful HVAC system. In the pegboard. I did make there is no plan B sign. Did make it down here. So, all right, Kevin.
Have a good night.
Thanks for hanging out, man. So yeah,
any other questions y'all have? Groupies, yeah.
Groupies. I have, not me personally, but one of the bands I have been with has had a stalker, like a legit.
Noah?
I don't want to get into details, but...
Sorry, I think I wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
We have had a situation where a person would... It was,
maybe don't talk about it.
It was a bad situation.
It was not a good situation.
Super groupie. Who am I listening to these days, Bill?
Everybody. Jason Isbell.
Yes, actually, hand me that. So... This is probably my favorite record of last year. Sonny, I'm using my iMac. I'm streaming off my iMac, but I'm listening to a lot of Jason Isbell.
Sturgill
Simpson. I'm listening to a lot of Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm listening to.
Who is that guy you listened to the other night?
Propaganda.
Yeah, Propaganda.
Yeah, Propaganda. I'm listening to a lot of him. Ray, what music do you like?
Pretty much everything Rhett listens to.
No.
I like oldies music. I really love oldies music. My mom, when I was growing up, my mom was older when she had me, and like I grew up with my mom listening to things like Ray Charles and Roy Orbison and Aretha Franklin. I really love good oldies music. So
she was also like, when we started dating, part of the reason I was into her was she was into Jack White. And
I love Jack White.
The Black Keys.
Yeah.
She likes rock.
I love the guitar sound that Jack White puts out. It's like warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, she likes rock. Like,
yeah. I like guitar heavy stuff.
Yeah, she'll get down. Yeah, hints. Could I play a bit of slide? Unfortunately, Ramon, I'm not set up. So for me to like play on these live streams, I have to like have my Kemper turned on and patched in and all this stuff. Is that something you'd want to see though more of in these live streams rather than just talking? Should I be playing more? Like, I'm always open to suggestions.
It does help that we have that in common. I don't know that he would date me if I had bad taste in music.
Look at Subi. I was trying to see how many self-tapping screws were in each duck joint.
What? Subi has the best comments. It's like bellow laughs. That's
Roberta, do you live in New Orleans? Are you going to the Jazz Fest? How much time do you put into learning parts before gigs or shows? You save time cheating the songs and charting the songs and numbers.
Subi says talking with a guitar at ready. So
guitar at the ready. Okay.
Ready,
yeah, cool. Good. I'll do that next time, Subi. Do the band live stream. That's a good idea. Thanks, Dad. You're like 20 minutes too late on that one, but thank you. Hey, everyone, Glenn Shull is my father, so if you want to see, well, I shouldn't plug this, but if you want to see videos of me playing years ago when I was super green and couldn't play, you can go on his YouTube channel and see a bunch of old...
He has everything.
A bunch of old crappy videos of, well, no, not crappy, but my playing is crappy on them. Roberta's in Cape Cod. Okay, cool. Sprinkle music in the streams make for interesting conversations. Great. What was I? I was answering a question.
You were talking.
How much time do I put into learning parts? Okay, Desmond. So that's a good question. Before he had the beard. So, Desmond, it depends on the situation and the gig. So, for church gigs, which I'm doing a lot of right now, I kind of have a lot of those songs banked because I've been playing them for so long.
Yeah.
So I'll usually look at, I have a, Planning Center is an app on my phone that all these mega churches use to schedule stuff. So I'll look at Planning Center and say, okay, here's what we're playing this week. If I need to brush up on something, I'll listen down to it and kind of learn the lead part. And luckily I've gotten to the point where my ear is pretty good that I can just listen to the progression and hear the chord progression and just know what it is. So I don't have to chart stuff usually.
Because he's a good guitar player. I won't admit it.
And Puerto Rico, Ramon. What part of Puerto Rico are you in? For stuff like Noah's gig, I actually have to spend time on like relearning the parts, and because I haven't, Noah's gigs are kind of few and far between, so it'll be months since I've played a Noah show, so I'll have to like freshen up on those parts and everything. But I wrote all those guitar parts, so I don't have to like chart that out. And then when I'm learning, if I get hired on for a new gig and playing with a new band, then yes, I spend time like shedding on the stuff.
What does that mean? What does shedding mean?
So usually I'll spend time listening. So I like to listen without the guitar in my hands. So what that does for me is it allows me to actually hear the guitar parts, because what I always end up doing is if I'm listening with a guitar in my hands, I immediately start to just play over what I'm listening to, and I'm missing all the details. So I'll listen down to something, and then I'll learn it. I'll start with the progression. I'll learn, the progression. I work mainly around triads. In fact, I'm going to do a video about this soon, like the power of triads. 90% of my playing is based around triads, and even my soloing and stuff like that, I think a lot in chords and chord shapes and chord tones. So I do a lot of that. So
I don't have a feel for church music you're discussing. Are you able to describe it?
Yeah, Colin. So contemporary Christian music, CCM, modern CCM. tends to be very ethereal. So a lot of reverb guitar. Think some U2 stuff. Think some Coldplay stuff. Although now it's kind of progressed past that. The progressions and the melodies are very simple, and they're very simple by design. A lot of people talk down about worship music being so simple, but they don't understand that it's intentionally written that way. You know, gospel music is also worship music, but it's extremely complex. I've played a lot of gospel over my years, where you're doing crazy runs. I mean, diminished scales and passing chords and chromaticism and stuff in worship music. But CCM is very simple, with the idea being everyone, no matter your ability or skill level, can get in and sing together. That's the whole idea behind it. So the melodies are simple, the chord progressions are simple. So that is good and bad. It's good because of what I just said. It allows everyone to get into it, but it's bad because, much like modern country, it's kind of stuck in a rut where modern contemporary Christian music, in my mind, a lot of it all sounds the same. And it's not something that I ever really listen to on my own. I don't listen to worship music, you know, so I'm not like super up to speed on the latest, you know, Hillsong record or whatever, like a lot of my friends are. But yeah.
We had a choir this Sunday. It was beautiful.
Nice,
I really like choirs. I like when
music.
Artists do choirs, like choir stuff, like I don't know what that's called. Gang vocals. Is that what it is?
Choral stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You like choral music, like a bunch of
Yeah.
Gang vocals are something different. It's like a production technique. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I like that. I think it sounds awesome.
Ramon is in San Juan due to the hurricane. Yeah, I was curious about that, but I didn't want to like ask because I feel like that's kind of a sensitive subject. But man, that's crazy. I'm sure that's been pretty traumatic. I have been to San Juan before, and it's beautiful.
Man, that's crazy.
Does it support plain song? I don't know what plain song is, Colin. I've never heard a plain song before.
Maybe it's a application or a software, something.
Well.
All right. Those all our questions?
Yeah. Do we have any more
How
questions?
are you ready for bed?
It's very
Mono?
I think he meant monotonal.
Okay. 4-part choir music can be very moving.
Oh yeah, man, getting voices together is really, really powerful stuff. Cool. Well, when am I coming to Europe? Man, I want to go to Europe so bad. I've never been overseas. Noah plays in Europe all the time, but it's never worked out for me to be able to go with them. I'm hoping to be over there at some point this year with Noah. I know he's got a bunch of he's got a bunch of tour dates coming up, so I want to go with Noah. And I'm really trying to talk Noah into doing a just duo tour, which is me and him, like acoustic and electric.
Oh, I didn't know you were trying to do that.
Yeah, I'm like subtly suggesting it. It's like, hey, dude, when are we going to go on tour together?
Not so subtly.
Because a lot of what he does is most of his touring right now is just solo acoustic stuff, which he's great at. Yeah. But I think it would add so much, and it would be so much fun for me to be able to like go out with him and play. Dude, yes. What part of you said you're in Ireland, right, Sonny? Because that would actually be very cool to have you come out and play, especially on Noah stuff. It would work very well.
Oh, I love mandolin. I love the mandolin.
Yeah. So to answer your question, I want to go so bad. I can get you gigs in Cork. Cool. I don't know where Cork is, but it sounds like a cool place. And
we're in.
I like Irish whiskey a lot. So
he likes whiskey.
I just like whiskey a lot.
Yeah, he just likes whiskey.
But I would love
to do this regularly.
I mean, we could, though.
No.
She was so nervous about coming on tonight.
I love how he just, like, this is one of those things where communication, this is one of those things. He's like, yeah, sure, we could do it. I'm like, well, maybe. I might be busy.
I texted her like 3 today. I was like, hey, babe, let's do a live stream tonight.
He's like, I've got it set up for 8:30. Well, do I have a choice? And he's like, no.
The still is only a few miles from here. Sonny, I like the sound of that. You count me in.
Yes, he loves whiskey.
I'm coming to Cork.
Just please don't give him any peaty stuff.
Yeah, I don't like peaty scotches. I'm more of a...
It smells.
Yeah,
okay,
like a
Lafroig. I'm sorry if this is offensive, but the smell of peaty whiskey to me is like...
I got a glass
I don't understand how you could drink that.
I got a glass of Lafroig one time, and it was very peated. But
it was smelly.
It's nearly 3. Dude, what are you still doing up? Colin, it's 3 a.m. Go to bed.
Yeah, I'm not far behind you. I need to go to sleep soon. Irish stuff is mostly blend.
Yeah, Sonny, I like when it comes to scotches, I like pretty much just Highland scotches because they drink like a bourbon. Really, bourbon is my favorite. I like bourbon, then Irish whiskey, and then Highland scotches. I don't like Islay, the super peated stuff.
Yeah, peaty stuff. He will drink it.
I mean, yeah.
He will drink it.
I'm certainly not going to turn down a whiskey if you gave me something. So.
Scully from Cork. Sonny, do you know Scully from Cork?
Look at this. We got people. We got people connecting in here. They're all networking.
That sounded very mob-esque. We got
Scully.
people connecting in here. It's 3 a.m. here too.
Oh, Glenn Morangy,
Y'all are so sweet for watching him at 3 a.m.
Glenn Morangy is my favorite scotch.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks to me.
Thanks to Tilly. Seriously, our first Christmas together. This is when I knew.
I'm wonderful is what he's not saying.
Yes, this is when I knew.
I'm just kidding.
All right, my dad's going to sleep. Good night, Dad.
Good night, Glenn.
Everyone tell my dad good night. Glenn Shull.
Young pups.
The first Christmas we ever had together, I knew I had a good one when she bought me. It was a Glenmorangie 19-year-old Scotch.
Yeah.
It was the
It was
Elanta.
all I could afford.
All you could afford. Yeah, like it's some cheap pedestrian Scotch, please.
Well, I wanted to buy him something more expensive, like something really, really nice, but I don't make that much money, so.
I was sending home from a gig, got to decompress. Yeah, I feel you there, man. But yeah, so what's interesting about that bottle is that was our first Christmas together, and then I finished the bottle
on our wedding
right
day.
Before our wedding. I finished it to toast with my groomsmen. My friend Philip Scheidt, who might be in here, was one of the groomsmen, and I had exactly enough left for 7 pours, myself and 6 groomsmen. And so right before I went out to get married, I finished the scotch that she bought me, and it was amazing, with some of my closest friends.
You should make a record called The Scotch Tapes.
I
love it.
Subi's killing it, man.
You're killing it tonight. I love this.
Desmond, thanks, man.
This is awesome.
The smallest flash mob on record. I receive it, man. We're small but strong.
Oh, it's so funny.
What is Glenfiddich? Glenfiddich. Yeah, Roberta, that's Scotch. So, Sonny, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm an American and I'm uncultured. But as far as I understand, when Scotch, like Glenmorangie, Glenfiddich, the word Glen means river, and so the Glenmorangie distillery is based on the river Morangie and the Fiddich River.
Yeah, that's what I was told, unless somebody was giving me a real good line of BS.
Yeah, that could have just been some dude that was like, and then I heard it and was like, that sounds awesome.
That sounds like it makes sense.
So I've just been telling everybody. I was like, yeah, it means river, and it sounds cool.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's funny. Glenfiddich.
And we've covered the gamut tonight.
Yeah. All right, y'all. It was wonderful meeting you, I guess. That's what I should say. Thank you for watching, everybody that's been watching. This is awesome. Subi, thank you for making me laugh so hard. I'm going to sleep really good tonight because of that. I appreciate it. I have to go to bed, though. And he's not going to let me go to sleep if I don't make him let me go to sleep. That's one of those things he's really good at. So,
Colin
have
says
to call it a night.
the CH is pronounced. So it's Glenfiddich. There you go. I didn't know
that makes sense.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's how it sounds like it should sound.
Oh, Brittany just texted us. All right. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Be looking for another live stream pretty soon. I'm going to try and live stream with the band this week. We've got another run of shows. Also, real quick, one last question. Do you guys want me to... I'm doing another two shows with Noah this weekend. Should I vlog those? Because it's going to be, I think it's kind of the same thing as what I just put up. The two videos I just put up. It's the same opening slot and everything.
Same person, Corey Smith?
Yeah. So I don't know. Let me know what you
yes.
think.
Desmond says yes.
Desmond says yes. I got one
Thank
vote
you,
for
Ray.
yes.
That's sweet.
Yeah, everyone. Caleb, set your alerts. Thanks, Roberta. Oh, gosh. Phone's blowing up. Ray, yes, definitely. Dylan, do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Vlog if I can. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I'm not posting boring.
Is there anything that you guys think he should do for those that he did differently with the ones that he already did?
Good question. Yes, vlog. Okay.
Yes, vlog. There's vlog. People like that. That's awesome.
Right, cool.
Faux show.
It's just hard for me to tell because, you know, I pay attention to my analytics, and usually my vlogs don't do as well as far as views go compared to my other videos. So it's hard. It seems like they're less popular, like less people are into them. But if you guys are into them and you dig them, I will keep making them, and I enjoy making them.
And if you have ideas for what he should do in them, let him know because he will probably do it.
More of the performance, yeah.
Okay.
Spotted Marley, got it. Sonny, they never do. You're right, unless you're Casey Neistat. Yeah, you guys are definitely the core. So I wanna do what makes you guys, what entertains and informs you guys and gals.
Lightsaber battles. No, I'm picturing you and Noah.
No, me and Phil.
No, Noah and Phil would be hilarious. Oh man.
Awesome.
That would be hysterical.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Thanks. Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.